Welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast, your number one opinion source for all things entertainment. Join host Marco Mazzola as he sounds off on the latest movies, TV, music, gaming, comic books, and more. Now, here's the man of the hour, Marco Mazzola.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Entertainment Rants Podcast. I'm, as always, your host, Marco Mazzola, and joined by my fellow ranters. Let's go around the room. We are one less this time, but we have the always awesome and fantastic, and it's Larry. Hello, Larry.
Hey. That's a great...
It's Larry.
Larry.
And I'm Mila.
And I'm Mila. Well, we have our good brother and friend and lover of all things and a lover of a good story and awesome writing. It's Bruno.
No weapons, no comms, no credit, no nonsense.
No, nothing. Do you write the shit out at home beforehand, or you just make it up on the fly?
A little bit of both.
I love it.
I think he definitely thinks about it and goes, all right,
now.
this is going to be what I'm going to have. This is going to be the opening quote this week.
I mean, you can't phone it in all the time, right?
No,
Right.
I guess not.
I try.
You're pretty good at it, though. Not phoning it in, but coming up with the quotes.
Thank you.
I like that.
I appreciate that.
That's your thing.
It'll be my thing, I guess.
That is your thing.
What
It
do
is
you mean?
now.
No, it's not.
Now?
It is your thing.
It's
been
yeah.
your thing for the last 60 episodes.
Yeah, where have you
Son of a
been?
Nobody told me that.
I think it started off with, it wasn't catchphrase, was it? I'm trying to think, like, what was like the first...
I have to go back and listen to it, but it was not.
What would be, what was the first Brunoism?
Darth Vader would have been the Boba, maybe, when I was breathing like Darth Vader.
Because that's when you came in on the Boba, right?
No, it was before that, I think. It was before that. Yeah. Not much before that, though.
No, I have to go back and listen. I have to go back and check it out.
Yeah.
We could ask Mila to do it. Never listens. All right, so today, gang, we are going to cover the first season of Andor,
Yeah.
starring
Cassian
Diego
Andor.
Luna
Sweet.
as Cassian Andor. A large cast. Stellan Skarsgård is in it. He plays a new character, Luthen.
Luthen.
He's amazing.
He is amazing.
Yeah.
I like him whenever he does. So he's just a great actor.
Yeah.
Genevieve O'Reilly, who plays Mon Mothma, who's an older character. She's an original. She's an OG character, but now portrayed by Genevieve O'Reilly. And I feel like, I will get into it, but I feel like she really holds a steady ground compared to the original who played. Like
solidifies
she
this
does.
whole
She
thing.
gives you that younger feel of that. You feel like it's still her.
It's kind of like in the middle of the season, you get to see her becoming Mothma that we know. Like, except the first couple times you see her, like, actually, it took me a couple episodes to realize that's who it was.
Who it is.
And I'm like, oh my God, that's who she is.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So now I pay attention to the character a little bit more. I thought, because at first I thought she was just some fucking dodgy senator, broad, whatever, and then you realize who it is. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then probably halfway through the season, she starts to kind of really become who we know. We're like, okay, I can get behind her now.
Yeah. And Genevieve O'Reilly brings a gravity to this character that
Really does. She absolutely does.
Amazing.
So Andor takes place, is it 5 years?
Yes.
5 years before Rogue One.
Yep.
Right.
But
So-
it's
the beginning of the Resistance, essentially.
5 BBY, which is the Battle of Yavin.
Right.
So that's
So
which is
takes
the Rogue
place
One.
a good number of years before we see Rogue One. So we're seeing the start of, like you said, the rebellion, the start of Cassian Andor's, basic journey.
Arc, yeah.
His arc of becoming one of the greatest, fighters for the rebellion. Even though he bites it in Rogue One, there's an arc.
It's so hard to watch this and know that he's going to die.
That he's gonna,
Yes.
Because
Absolutely.
you're developing Diego Luna brings his character to life in such a way that you just want to root for this guy.
Yep.
That's one of the things. Like, it's good writing. Like, he's a good actor. He portrays it really well. It's written well, and he just makes you really want to feel like, all right, this guy can make it through it. He can do it. He can win. And
at the end of the day, he does win in terms of he helps the rebellion.
But he dies
striking
in 5 years.
Blow.
In 5 years, he dies. Like,
He's gonna eat it in 5.
Yeah,
right?
and so I found myself like, maybe can we retcon this? Like,
can we bring him back?
Can we
with something
somehow
else?
redo something in Rogue One? Maybe Rogue 2, they can make it like he actually lived.
Yeah, he's just a skeleton walking around.
Somehow he made it. He made
Force
it
brought him
through.
back.
But no.
How cool would that be? He's just a Force ghost for some reason.
What the fuck? We didn't know.
So we can talk about that because obviously one of the things people love about this show is much like Rogue One. There's not a lot of Force stuff. It's right. It's just war and battles and real life stuff. So, there's not a lot of Jedis and lightsabers and all that kind of fantastical magic stuff. It's just real life gritty. Well, you're getting a lot of the Empire.
Really gritty.
Well, not for nothing, but again, this is after Order 66, so there are no Jedi. Right?
Well,
so,
they're
all in hiding. So they're not coming out anyway.
Right.
So they're any Jedi that are kind of hanging out, we're not gonna see them.
Right.
Not.
But we just got off of Obi-Wan. So we saw some stuff going on there. But this is totally taken away on purpose.
Yeah.
Like Rogue One, it was not centralized around the Jedi characters. It's centralized around all the other people who make this war go on, who are not Jedi.
Right.
But you know what?
Sith,
I think
and we haven't
all
even
of that.
seen the Emperor. That you hear talk about him, but there's been no Darth Vader and there's been no Emperor in this entire 12 episodes. And I'm kind of hoping they don't. We'll get to the ending, that very last shot, the after credit. I thought was fucking awesome. And we'll get
really
there, but
good.
the prison
but
scene.
My friend and I called it. We called what they were doing.
I felt it had something to it, but I was wondering what the fuck it was. When they're making those things, and it's a central part of those couple episodes, and they keep making these mechanical. What the fuck are they making?
What is this?
Are they making stuff for AT-ATs? Are they making? It's
that's
something they're making.
That's what my thought was.
For whatever, and obviously, the spoiler, it turns out to be part of the dish for the Death Star.
Like I knew it as soon as they were doing it, I was like, they're building for the Death Star. Like that, It's just,
it's something serious when you find out that somebody actually did get released, and then they're like, "Oops, that was a mistake. You weren't never supposed to." Like when you find out that they're really never supposed to leave, then you're like, "Oh, they just transferred them to a different level." And what the fuck? This is what are they building? That's when I put some of the weight on what they're building is very crucial to the Empire.
Right. And secret.
It's not just license plates, guys. Like Do
the AT-ATs have a lot of let's play?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. You got to register them, don't you? So you know which one is which.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, you have to register you, and it's like a $50 registration fee.
I think so. Yeah.
There is.
Unless you get a custom plate.
50 credits.
Every couple of years, you're gonna renew it. It's a little license plate hanging off the ass.
Right.
Just swinging
next to the bumper sticker. I break for no
it's
fun.
like pee before we go.
That's awesome.
But, and you mentioned the jail scene. What bothered me?
So many storylines.
I mean, just because it's on the front of my head right now. It bothered me that they're there, and then all of a sudden there was like a plan to break out, and I'm like, wait, what? Where's the develop?
No. I mean, they in the whole. What was it? I might think it was 3 episodes where they were in jail. In whatever it was that time, you can tell that's like they've been there 3 months. And so they just fast forward.
Well, you see, but you see the time, you see the ticker down, right? And it's like, okay, he's been there for like 30 days, 30, 40 days, whatever. Like he's gone accustomed because you see him, he's about to eat, and you see how calm and not calm, but you see how
the routine.
Yeah, you see the routine.
He's accustomed to it.
But then all of a sudden, like he's like, all right, I'm going in now, and then all of a sudden he's like, he goes, and I was like, wait, what? When did this all happen?
Yeah. What I like that they didn't have like this super complex, intricate plan. It was we're gonna cut the thing, make the water come out and short circuit it, and then we're just gonna fucking fight our way out.
Right.
Which is like that's real. Like
otherwise, Attica-like.
It was. There's no way.
Instead of it being like Mission Impossible, like all right, and then he's gonna be dressed like this guy, he's gonna pretend that, and this guy's gonna pretend like that's way over their head.
And they
couldn't have done that. So I'm glad they did it.
I'm glad that they didn't do it like that, right? But what I just wanted to know that there actually was a plan. Like for me, I didn't feel like as they're telling me the story,
they had a plan, but we didn't get to see.
We didn't know what it was.
We saw the fight.
I didn't even know that there was a plan, though. That's what I'm saying. It's like all of a sudden, right?
And then it was argument about like we need to deal with this, we need to do something about this, and then just like there wasn't. It's like all of a sudden, like how many weeks later it might have been. There's a plan.
So that's what I was like.
Question then: how? I mean, it's a good point. How would you have changed it?
I don't know. I mean, I would. That's definitely something.
It's hard to do, right? You got to represent that they're thinking about a plan, and then is that a waste of time? Just like hey,
well, you had 3 episodes of them in fucking jail.
Yeah, but what did they do? They painted the life and how miserable it was.
Yeah.
Right, and they painted a picture of They also, when he was in jail, they went to an outside, like what his mother was doing, Bix's torture, and
that's the other inherent issues
what
with the show is
was
that
doing.
There's like 14 other storylines
that are all going on. So it's like, how do you
service all of them in every episode? Almost all of them in every episode.
I think they did a pretty good job about doing that too. I mean,
100%.
You have to definitely pay attention
so much on the breakout.
Yeah.
Overall, I think the writing.
Kind of suspend that disbelief. Like you actually, how I hate to do this. Read between the scenes that they made this plan to break out.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not a big leap, right?
No.
They're not saying read between the scenes that somehow they broke out and all of a sudden he's outside.
Yeah.
They're saying read between the scenes
that they came up with a plan during the 40, 50,
and the plan
whatever.
wasn't an intricate plan. It was let's short circuit the place and fucking just fight.
Yeah.
And I can buy that. I can kind of get behind that.
It wasn't Batman came out of the nowhere cave and God knows where and all of a sudden back in Gotham lighting a fucking bat symbol on fire.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what the fuck just happened?
No, I think the writing here is excellent. And I say that because they take the time. Two things, right? They've got 12 episodes and not 6, which gives them the runway to do what they need to do writing wise. And then they developed and they made you feel like you like these characters, made you feel connected to them. Yeah. And that's important. Otherwise, like, I don't give a shit what happens to this person. And if that happens, then whatever you do with that person doesn't matter, right? So they took time to make sure you care about him, you care about some of the characters, you care about the success, not just because you know the canon and what's going to happen, but like it was good writing. And they made me feel like the Empire is fucking badass again. Whereas like for the past 10 years, like the Emperor's been a bunch of clowns. It's like a fucking clown car. It's like, we can't do anything right. Like, and everything gets fucked up and the Jedi always wins. Like here, the Empire is fucking kicking ass.
Yeah.
That's
at full strength.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Right? That makes you like, oh, god damn.
Yeah, like that.
When they walk in the room, you're like, oh, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to watch this anymore. Stop.
Right. Yeah.
I got that feeling too about the Empire, just how strong. I mean, they are
and
full fucking tilt. They are full fucking tilt in this, and you're like, wow, they're badasses.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the impressive thing, obviously,
first time in a long time.
Yeah.
The impressive thing is that, like, in such a relatively short period of time from when Revenge of the Sith happens and the Emperor takes over. Now they have to build this empire. You know what I mean? To now, it is all over the whole galaxy.
Yeah.
With very few exceptions, like the Outer Rim and things like that. Like, we can't get shit together in that kind of time on Earth. But yet they organize this entire organization with people and fleets and generals and taking over planets. You know what I mean? They're occupying and controlling entire planets, entire systems in the matter of like 10, 20 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, 20 years roughly between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope?
Yeah.
So this is 5 years before A New Hope, so you're talking about 15 years?
Yep. Yeah.
I got a goddamn roadway in in Wakefield that can't get done in 3 years. It's one section, it's pissing me off. It's like, get this shit. I keep detouring around it.
Yeah.
3 years they can't get it together. These jackasses pull this together in 15 years.
15 years.
It's over a whole galaxy. It's amazing.
It's impressive. Yeah. But I don't even care about the logistics of that. Like
it's just mind-blowing, but super cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's super awesome to see that. Like, wow, I really see how powerful they are in that short period of time.
And watch how quick they crumble.
It's just,
Buddy, in like 5 years,
bigger they are.
You're all fucked.
You guys, the clock is already running.
Yeah. Just so you know, you're short timer.
You got
a couple of X-Wings and the useless, like, weird-looking B-Wing fighters.
Yeah.
The Y-Wing, whatever the hell, the two, like, the things coming off the poles. Never made any sense to me.
Yeah, I don't.
But that is one thing that's really cool. In this series, we saw X-Wings.
Yeah.
Like they were like down and dirty, like, and then we saw the B-Wing. No, we saw the Y-Wing fighter. Like the original, like, sort of like interpretation of a Y-Wing. So like there's some little Easter eggs in there like that kind of hint back, right? And then we have Stellan Skarsgård's character, who I love. I love his character and the dynamic and his two sort of personalities who he has to play when he's in hiding on Coruscant.
Yeah.
To who he really is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he takes off the wig and he takes off all the robes and everything like that.
Yeah.
He's down and dirty. We were talking about this before. His shop and all the Easter eggs that are in the shop are really cool. You see like the Gungan shield.
Oh yeah.
He's got a lot of cool shit.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And there's
his shop's awesome. So speaking of him and having awesome, I love his ship.
Yeah.
His ship is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like when they had him in the tractor beam, he was like, just stand by a little bit. He's like, let me know when
fire
to charge
those
it up.
things,
All right, those charge, all right, go.
Yeah.
Breaks up the fucking tractor beam, and he's like, all right, later.
Gone.
Yeah.
I was like, that is so cool.
Yeah, he's got a transponder that can make him look like he's an empire or whatever.
Whatever ship he wants. He's like, why don't we make this out of Coruscant? Yep, that sounds like a great idea.
That sounds like an awesome idea.
Like, why aren't all rebel ships
I love
equipped with that
I
shit?
saw the YouTube video that describes all the things. I went back and watched to see the Shankara stones from Temple of Doom.
Oh, I missed
The
that.
stones with the
What? Yeah.
they're in his shop.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, because George Lucas and
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, they put the Shankara stones in his shop.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty
Fucking
cool.
cool.
3 lines.
Yeah, the line is pretty badass. I'm like, oh no, yeah, they're there. So I went back and watched it. They're there. It's pretty awesome.
It would have been cool if the Fifth Element stones were in there.
Yeah, that would have been real awesome.
Like, what the wait a minute.
What?
That's some bitch
Is that the
got
same
everything.
universe?
Indiana Jones. What the
Why
hell?
not? Why not?
Definitely different galaxy. He's got them. That some bitch got everything. That was pretty cool.
Did you like Andor right from the beginning?
You mean the opening first episodes?
Yeah, like the character himself,
Oh.
Cassian Andor?
Cassian Andor. I was gonna wait till the end to nail this, but I need to get this right out in the open, like right out the gate.
I don't
As in
think
Larry did not.
I don't think I liked him
look
right.
on his face.
He's got a redemption arc, right? Because initially I was disappointed that he was like, I'm just in for the money. I'm just here for the money.
Yeah.
But I understood where he was coming from, right? He was an orphan, essentially, when she saved him from that planet and all that stuff. So I understood why
motivation to look out for
his
himself.
motivation to be selfish. And then when on the 12th episode, when he comes back and is basically, I'm going to join, and now I feel like this is a family, I was like, good. All right, that's right.
Oh, okay,
that felt right.
That's kind of how I felt. Like I
You
watched
kind of had
this.
to know he was going to get there because you've seen Rogue One. So where does he get to? And that's 5 years later. So
I know, but
are we going to see that in the series when he gets to his character like he is in Rogue One?
Yeah, but they like Larry just pointed out. Like in the beginning, he was like, "No, it's all me. I'm alone."
Yeah.
I
didn't know.
I was concerned that the conversion to.
I didn't know if it was going to be in season 1. He's going to be there. But I'm glad they did.
So for me, they needed to because
I want to see season 2 now.
Right, season 12.
Episode 12.
Episode 12 rather. I'll be honest. If it wasn't for this podcast, I probably would have stopped after episode 3.
Because you didn't like his character.
I didn't like his character. I didn't like the way the story was going.
Yeah.
For me, it was kind of, I'm like, I respect the Star Wars canon, and I do like it. Maybe that makes me watch it some more, a few more episodes. But out the gate, like, didn't like Andor. I thought his character sucked. Again, he had that whole me thing. I'm like, you suck, bro. Like, you fucking
when he
suck.
took the money after they raided the place, when he took the money and left, I was like, I thought that was going to be when you sort of joined the.
That would have been his redemption.
I thought that was his redemption.
I'm glad it wasn't. I'm like, glad
Me too.
They gave us more time.
Right.
Me too.
They gave us more time. There was a lot about this I didn't like. Like, it literally everything for me came back on episode 12. Because again, I'm waiting for this rebellion feel. I didn't get it at all. I started to, but then.
I mean, it's the very beginning of it.
Right.
Literally the beginning,
Well, I don't think it's the bad.
Moth was trying to put it together with.
But that's the rebellion that we know, right?
Yeah.
From New Hope in Rogue One.
From Rogue One, yeah.
So that's what we think. But this rebellion has been going on for a while. They've just been staying wicked underground because everybody's still doing kind of shit. Like Luthen just didn't wake up today and go, hey, I think I'm gonna start some shit. So this has been going on for a while.
This is when they started getting organized.
Right. So
Remember, he said like episode 6 or 7, he was like, "It's time to come out into the open. We have to."
Yeah, we have to come out into the open. Right. But what I'm saying though is, as I'm watching this, I didn't get a rebellion feel. For me, it was just a bunch of people that were coming together to go rob a bank, and then the way when they were trying to get the kid healthy, like when they brought him to the 4-man doctor, which was pretty cool looking. The other guy was out there. He was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just split it. And I was like, whoa, I thought you're supposed to be this like rebellion and supposed to be together, and you're ready to fuck these people over.
But that made sense to me. It felt.
They're
a bunch of mercenaries. I understood.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy that was happening, but I understood why they might. You know what I mean? Because they're a bunch of mercenaries.
Yeah, and they're all up.
But that's not what they were trying to sell us, though. They were trying to sell. He was a mercenary. They weren't trying to sell.
They were all hired for that one job, this and that.
No,
and that
because
guy was
everybody
a prick to begin with.
Right, I agree. But I think that like everybody here, because they let you know about them, like, hey, this person, the Empire came and attacked him and took his farm, like his little story that he laid out, right? So everybody there, it gave you a feeling that they were all in it for the right thing, like they were here to fight the Empire. They didn't sell me the idea that they were mercs, like just doing a job. That was his story when he joined them. That was his thing. He was just getting paid because they needed an extra guy. They were trying to sell the idea.
Didn't they just steal like 80 million credits?
Yeah, but that was for the rebellion, though. That wasn't for.
No, but like it happens all the time. Like in fact, so one of my friends is a cop, and he talks about like the reason we catch thieves is because they're idiots. And
at the end of the day,
yeah, and a lot of times they're fucking over their friends and they're fucking over their colleagues, and because like they get greedy.
Well, because
there's no honor among thieves.
Totally makes sense that you steal 80 million credits, and these guys are struggling for 100 credits. Steal 80 million, like one of those guys, be like, you know what? Fuck all of you guys. I'm just gonna.
Why don't I just keep the 80?
Boom, boom, boom. You and me split it, and let's get out of here, right? It felt.
And as soon as you turn your back and I don't need you, I'm going to shoot you.
I'll shoot you in the back. It felt plausible to me. Like I was like, all right, this could be a thing. I get it.
It's plausible. I mean, for me, it's plausible if they're all thieves. They're not selling that. They're selling us that they were part of a rebellion. They're part of a bigger thing.
Who are they? They're literally there to blow people up and steal, 80 million credits.
Again, it's for the reason for it. But why? They're not stealing it for themselves. They're stealing to finance the rebellion because they want to go against the Empire. So that's what they're selling me. I don't see fucking Princess Leia robbing people. Right?
Yeah, I know.
So that's all I'm saying. It's like, I mean, I understand that this is the beginning of the rebellion, but this is the idea that you're selling me, is that they're rebellion. All of a sudden, it's like, no, fuck these guys. I'm in it just for myself.
I mean, I understand the desire to be like, look, I believe in your rebellion, but I don't want to die, so I'm going to take this money and get out of here.
I mean, that's why Andor was there.
Yeah,
that's
right. And that's literally what he did.
That's literally, but again, just live there out of the
but again, that was
you if you ran.
And that's. Yeah. But we knew that's why he was there, though. That's all I'm saying. I think. So I don't. I'm not getting rebellion.
You believe that they were more for the rebellion and not necessarily
right. And then when it comes out, it's like, oh no, you guys are just a bunch of fucking. You're definitely just a fucking thief.
Yeah.
And then when Andor just blasts him, I didn't see that coming. I truly didn't see.
Yeah.
Like dead middle of the conversation, he's like, we can just. I was like, whoa, what the.
Well, that's one thing
do you want to know what I liked about that? Yeah, I liked that they didn't write him as like he's a good person who's always going to do the right thing. Like he was like, you're trouble.
He's very flawed.
Fuck that. Boom.
Yeah.
And I liked that he wasn't like, all right, I'm gonna point my gun at you and speak for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Giving you a chance to do something. He just fucking smoked him, right? So like. That felt real. Like he was like, "Oh, whoa, boy, you're trouble." Boom. Let's take you out right now.
He didn't put him in the inescapable trap and then leave.
right.
Just assume it's all going to go to plan.
Just assume.
I mean, there was a lot of things that I liked.
Yeah. Some tauntauns with freaking laser beams in their head.
Oh boy. Here's what we're going to do. This tauntaun's going to be 300 yards away. It's going to slowly walk towards you
with a laser beam on its head.
But there was certain parts about this series that I didn't like. Like I felt for me there was a lot of read between the scenes. Like we're not gonna really show you what happened. We're just gonna assume that you're smart enough that you figured it out.
Like what? Anything complicated? Like what?
No, it just.
Because like the easy stuff I get. Like why?
Right. It feels like all of his actions felt very. Sporadic. I don't know. Like I didn't,
I'll buy that. I don't understand why after he escaped. No, not after he escaped. After he left with his money, why he went to that beach place and then got
he went
caught.
To the Cape
and then got
caught. Like that ball. I was like, dude, you're supposed to be like.
That scene bothers the shit
out of me. When that first scene started, I was like, did I miss an episode? Did I
because like he's accidentally mad sketchy? Like, dude, you're supposed to be hush hush quiet.
It's kind of like
scene. He got
and then he's looking around like he's all guilty. Like, hey,
but he was kind of like, but he was like almost like following them to find out what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
What do you care? You're in hiding. Run the other way.
Like if they're running that way, go. You know what? I don't need
that guy with those things. Go the other.
And this guy's grilling you. Just fucking answer the question. Be like, okay, and leave. Don't ignore that. He got caught for no reason.
Yes. Not only did he get caught for no reason.
That scene I thought was poorly written.
Not only caught for no reason, but it's kind of one of those things that like they're all looking for him, and they had an image of what he looks like, and nobody figured out it was him.
This is my thing
in the prison, and nobody realized they have Andor.
Yes.
Like their facial recognition sucks.
Plot hole for sure.
Huge. I wrote that down because I'm going, wait. We've watched, I think it was like in 8 episodes or something. I was like, all right, it's 8 episodes. This guy's used 3 fucking names.
Yes.
They know who Cassian Andor is because they have an image. He is now arrested. You are in prison. Hi!
Their system is not talking to each other.
How do they not know who this guy is?
Well, I mean, one system's on a Unix and the other one's on a,
Apparently, they're just not. It's a Mac.
Like that really fucking bothered me.
Well, one system's a Mac, and you know how tightly they lock that down.
It's an Apple system, and it's all proprietary.
Man, like that bothered me.
We let you use our facial recognition.
We won't let you do it. You got to pay fees.
That was a lot of fees.
I don't understand this officer that has such a hard-on for him.
I know.
From the first episode, he's like, we have to go get him. His commanding officer's like, dude, listen.
Well, I think, isn't it because it's a weird plot, but I think it's because he's the one that basically got him dishonored.
But here's the thing, though. Why did they go after him in the first place?
Because they thought that
his commanding officer told him, he said, listen, those 2 guys, they were in a place where they weren't supposed to be, doing things that they weren't supposed to be doing. They probably pissed off the wrong guy and got hammered for it. They're not great people. Because he even says, he's like, wait a minute, I remember this guy. He was like a sergeant or something, and now he's a bag of shit. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to a meeting. Don't put your feet up on my desk. I'll be back. Don't worry about this. Fuck off. And
you're right about that.
He goes above and beyond. He's like, no,
I need to
solve this. He's a hard on about
why?
it. That was weird.
Just you're like a meter
Let it go,
Let it
dude.
go, bro. Like, chill out. Yeah. So that, like, creating a storyline for him, I did not understand. And then he gets this huge. Yeah, he goes in there. When he goes to the town, this bothered me too. I'm like, you took 15 people and you destroyed a town for what? Everything was so over the top and shooting this person and killing these people for.
What are you talking about? When they
first go to the town. No.
The Empire.
No, not even the Empire. The guy that goes after Cassian, right?
Yeah.
By like the second episode, he finds out what ship it was, and he finds out who Cassian Andor is, and we're gonna go get him right now. So he takes 15 of his cop friends.
That's right.
And they go and they kill
guys in the blue.
The guys in the blue.
Yeah.
They go and they kill all these people, and they do all this. I'm like, why are his actions so over the top, dramatic?
Well, I think he was trying to prove himself. Which is why he was trying to get, Cassian, show the guy, I got the guy.
And that's where I...
And then I think it's
further his career.
I think part of it also is like the Empire is fucking badass, so they can go into this place.
But he's not even Empire, though. But he's not Empire.
That guy was.
No, he wasn't. No.
He was a part of a cop contingent on that planet. He was the local law enforcement that was already in place on that planet.
The Empire
until the Empire comes in and goes, you guys.
He goes in and they fuck off everything. The Empire's like, all right, now we have to put boots. We literally have to put stormtroopers in because you guys are all idiots. You're all fucking meter maids who can't do your job.
Okay.
So that's
I missed that then.
So that's my whole thing. It's like these are just like he's not.
It's like he's trying to get into the Empire.
Yeah.
By the end of it.
He's trying to curry favor.
As I go on with the episodes, like that's clearly what he is.
Yeah.
I just don't like how they created this character and just everything about him. I'm like,
I do.
He definitely could have done a better job.
He's so useless.
Yeah, but he saved her.
Yeah, he did.
And he's also got the crazy eyes.
He does have the crazy eyes.
So he's
super stalker. He's selfish for her,
he
right?
was useful to the fact that he's stalking her and ends up saving her.
He saved her, yeah.
But I mean, they could have obviously written that to somebody else being deal without this character. But I get what you're saying. Like he definitely, he's a stalker.
Yeah. He's definitely crazy town. He's also showing a little bit of fanaticism. So, like that's going to become more relevant.
I thought they were going to make out.
Somehow he'll obviously now that she saved her, she'll keep favor and she'll get him into the Empire.
Right.
So he'll end up being somebody big.
And his mom will be proud of him finally.
Yes.
Oh, God, that fucking relationship really bothers me, actually.
You too?
I fucking hate it.
Because she abuses him.
I think he's a little prick.
He is a little prick too.
Like he shows up, he's like, hey, Mom, I have no place to go, so I have to come to you. She's like, yeah, I know you do. Come on. I'm going to get you a job. He's like, I can't deal with you. Bro, you have no place to fucking live right now. Yeah. You have suitcases under your arms.
Maybe be
Shut
nice.
the fuck up and be nice to your mom that's feeding you those fruity.
Be nice to your mother.
Be nice to your mother, right?
Call your mother.
Call your mother, goddammit.
She's getting you the hookup. Like, she's getting you back in through your uncle. Like, he's just so ungrateful and selfish. And
I don't disagree with you, but I think it's because
oh God, do you know?
I think it's because he resents having to ask her for help. And,
I mean, I get that, but I think
he
that
wants to
he should
be a big boy on his own.
I just wish that they played it a little different. Like, I don't like how they're painting that storyline. Like, I understand it, I get it. Yeah. Like, you wish you weren't in it, but dude, there has to be like a different. I just wish that they did that character a little bit differently, or just not do the character at all.
Yeah. I'm still wondering why that character's in the series.
Yeah,
but there's got to be a plan.
Find out.
There's got to be a plan.
Find out by season 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said, he'll probably get.
They've spent a lot of time on him, so I'd imagine there's something for some reason.
Yeah, right, and that's the only thing that, again, that was in like another one of the characters like that was making me not want to watch these episodes. I'm like, I don't like this dude. I don't like a storyline. I feel like that they have that there's a few storylines that are like that they're kind of like they're not seamless. They're kind of all over the place, and then I feel like it's jammed down my throat, and I'm watching going,
Well, I agree with you. I think how they launched the local guy to find him was not smooth, right? Like, it didn't make sense that he would be so tenacious about finding him. So they could have done better there. I totally agree with that. I think,
and just his whole, him going back to the town because the guy that he was with that has, like, he works at like a welding job or whatever now. He's like, yeah, you told me if I ever find out anything about him to let you know. So yeah, his mom passed away. That means he's gonna come back. I was like, really? That's what that means? How the fuck do you know, first and foremost, that Cassie, how did he know? I mean, I guess he had a friend that lived in the town, so that's why he found out, and he told. that whole story arc with him kind of bothers me. It makes no sense. He has such a hard-on for Andor. That bothers me. But obviously, you need him there to save the officer, right?
I mean, you could do it. You could save her in other ways.
Yeah, yes and no. You do, but unless
you also don't have to write that she got overwhelmed, so no one ever has to save her.
Right. So there's
got to be a reason.
No.
There's got to be a bigger reason later.
Although I do like the fact that she got overwhelmed like that, because she was such a hard ass and like had everything going and was like totally taking charge of everything.
Yeah.
Knocked her down a couple of pegs.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The woman acting her role is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly.
She's doing such a great job.
Yeah.
She plays that character really well.
She does.
Yeah, I mean, she got all of her shit together, and all of a sudden she almost gets wiped out.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not as such a big and badass as I think I am.
Well, it's funny because I forgot what episode it was.
Denise Go.
Yeah.
She's doing a great job.
Yeah. I like her. And I do like her character. I like the way she's doing it. So I think it's great. Yeah. I'm glad to see. Like, I'm looking forward to see what happens with her in season 2.
Like, I forgot which episode it was. But I had written it down. And I was like, she is such a badass. It's a good thing she has. Her commanding officer's got her back a little bit.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to see
where
I
don't know that he has her back. He agreed with her assessment.
Yeah,
I think that's all it was.
Right. No, but here's the thing, though. Like,
she's really looking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And
she's a rising star.
Yeah,
and
I think some of the other guys,
sharp,
the other guy that she kind of battles with a little bit just seems like
he's an established douchebag.
Yeah, but he's like a yes man. He's just like, all right, I'm just going to toe the line. Where she looks like she's aggressively trying to make things better for the Empire.
Yes.
Like, she's willing to rock the boat a little bit to make things better, to further them ahead.
She's genuinely interested in making things
better. Making it better for them, making them stronger, making them more of a powerhouse.
The other guy's just going through the motions.
Yeah, exactly. He's just doing what he's told to do, and that's it. He just clocks clicks at the clock, and that's it.
Yeah.
He clocks in, he clocks out. She's like living and breathing it.
Yeah. I just thought it was on episode 7 that I was like, wow, she's a badass bitch. Like, that's when she's like,
Did you actually write badass bitch?
She's a badass.
B-A-B.
No, she's a badass bitch officer.
I love it.
With 3 different exclamation points.
Nice.
I wanted to make sure.
3 different ones or 3 of the same ones, just one after another?
One after another.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. We're changing fonts and
changing font sizes and types.
Because that's when he gets arrested. My closing comment for episode 6 was, being a shitty tourist gets you 6 years.
Yeah. That episode 6 was where he got arrested. So that's, I thought episode 6 was poorly written. It was very segmented. It didn't make any sense why he did what he did.
Yeah.
It didn't.
Yes, it was out of character.
If I had to point to one, that would be it.
Yeah, it's a little out of character. He's checking out with it versus staying and hiding.
Yeah.
He's like throwing himself into the mix of the trouble of the fray.
Really weird.
Instead of just going to hiding out and like
really
keeping
weird.
quiet and get his
Yeah, and what he did, the way he reacted was akin to like getting pulled over and like started yelling at a cop. Like, what are you doing?
This is not going to go well for you.
Yeah. The cop told you to get out of the car. Just get out of the fucking car.
Get out of the car, dude. Shut your mouth.
Yeah. So like it was weird the way he reacted. Which got him arrested.
I'm trying to say.
It went exactly like we thought it would.
It did.
Talking to a cop that way went exactly how we thought it would go.
I mean, I don't think that was the only episode that was like that for me, though. I feel that there was a couple of episodes that there were parts in it that were kind of written like that I'm like, I don't really like this. Like, why? I don't know. I have very mixed feelings about this whole season.
The Mon Mothma season, like her story arc and what she has to go through and trying to get the money that she needs and things like that is a little... I like it, but seems a little bit...
It's a little slow.
It's a little slow.
Yeah.
It's a little, tricky.
I think they're trying to build the suspense, like she's like the gates are closing around her.
Yeah.
And she's feeling it, and she's like, I'm getting closed in. This is not good. Now this guy's here, and this guy's here, and now they're looking into it.
Yeah, because she took the money from the other thing. She basically borrowed from Peter to pay Paul, and they can figure it out.
Yeah, and then they showed her, she pretended to have that argument with her husband.
Which I thought was awesome.
Really good.
That was so good. So I wrote that, like, she knows that the chauffeur is there. He's a plant.
Yeah.
She knows this.
Yeah.
The fucking husband, which I think the husband is a douchebag anyway.
He is a douchebag. Right? He didn't have any idea what she was doing.
But yeah, and he's like, what are you talking? I'm not. And I'm also going, oh, she is so clever because she knows that this chauffeur is listening into this shit.
Yeah,
like,
she even said, roll up the thing.
Yeah, so it's like she knows. She knows that.
That was very good.
That this is all. So that whole play was so good.
And the poor husband, who's
a lot of seeds.
Clueless douchebag, he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's like, I'm not gambling. Let's turn around. She's like, no,
work with me, not against you.
Yeah, he's like, tell me who said that. I'll tell you why. And she's like, no, I'm not
going to embarrass myself. And I'm going, oh man, she's playing this dude so well.
Yeah, totally played.
So well.
Work with me, dude, not against me.
Yeah. I caught you cheating. What are you talking about?
Wait, what? I did? Wow.
Well, now I wish I had, since you're accusing me of it.
Right? It's one of those. If I'm gonna get in trouble for something, at least make sure
I did it.
Let me do it, man. I don't want to get in trouble for shit I didn't do. That sucks.
No
so we talked about the fact that there's not a lot of like OG stuff in there. Is there something you'd wish was in there? Like some of the old stuff. I'm not talking about Jedis. I don't want to see any of the Skywalker.
No.
Give a shit less.
I love that there's very little magic, Force magic.
Let's take that out. Is there anything else other than let's take away Jedi and Sith and the magic and lightsabers? Let's remove that.
So we watch a lot of shows where there's like callbacks, right? And like we did the thing on the Christmas story, all the fucking callbacks. Like, all right, it's cool, but it's over. Like, give me something new, give me something creative, and I appreciate that about Andor. Like, it's all new. It's all these new characters. Casting goes on, whatever. But like, I like that this is another planet on the rim that had other shit going on, and it's gritty. Nobody has magic. Nobody's special. There's no amazing
everyday
hero.
Real life.
Yeah, it's everyday real life. It's no hero that's going to come in and save them because he's more powerful than everybody else. It's like everybody's scrapping. Bix got tortured, right? And I thought like she's gonna be tortured and a little better. No, she's fucked for life. Like right now it's been like a week or something since she got tortured, and she's still like fucking comatose victim. So like it brings back like the grittiness of the whole of life. It brings like, it feels real. The Empire's scary again because there's no magic to save you, and I think I love it. I love that it feels like that.
Like the Batman factor, why people identify with Batman so much, because Batman's just a human being who can do all this shit because he has money and he's trained himself, but he's not like some god from another planet with superpowers.
Although he's an incredible fighter, so that if he got into a fight, like he's probably gonna.
I think the best, right?
Yeah, the best. I think. But
Larry, come back, Larry.
but he's gonna like fight his way out, right? If he's gonna fight somebody, he's probably not gonna lose that fight. Whereas like here, nobody is like better, super crazy, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, Cassie gets into a fight, he could easily get his ass kicked,
or arrested,
or arrested
for
no reason,
looking like an idiot,
for doing stupid shit.
But that's what I mean. It's just it's more realistic. You can identify.
Yeah, I like that.
You can see yourself in a lot of situations.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
I can see myself flying a spaceship.
Sure, I can see that. But, you can see yourself like on the streets and just like, oh fuck, this shit's getting down again. I gotta get out of here.
I gotta go.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh god damn it, this stuff going down there, blowing up my goddamn neighborhood again.
Damn it, I gotta go.
Oh, I gotta put this shit together. We talked about that during Black Adam, when they're just fighting in the city, and the city's already fucked. And
city is just they destroy the city.
Destroyed it. These poor people
God.
have to put all this shit back together after you leave.
And this is like a scavenger town. Like that's kind of what they do. They're all scavengers, right?
They don't have much to make pots and piss in to begin with. They destroy whatever little shit they have.
It's basically just a junkyard planet.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And you just fucking these people worlds up, man. Like, oh.
Well, that's why they can do it, right? They go down and they shit on them because they've got no leverage. They got no power.
They're like, whatever the fuck, shut up.
Yeah, who the fuck are you? Just shut up. And lucky I'd be able to kill you all.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you found out that was Martha's cousin?
Is it her cousin or her sister?
No, that's her cousin.
I thought it was her sister.
It's her cousin.
Okay.
Because remember when she gets in the car?
You know they're related.
Right.
I thought it was cousin.
Yeah, no,
right.
cousin, but you didn't. I didn't know who it was before.
I was surprised that she was.
That's what I'm saying.
When she showed up, I thought she was going to threaten her or something. Like when she first walked in, I was like, oh, she's about to kill Mothra.
So.
Which doesn't happen.
Which doesn't happen, but maybe she'll try or something.
When Mothra gets in the car and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, your cousin's at your home. She's like, oh, she is? And I was like, oh, like what's the big deal about her cousin being there?
Because she knows.
And then when you get to the scene, you're like, okay, when she turned her head, I was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
That's her. Oh, that's why.
It's cool. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. But it's also dangerous because if they tie her to the rebellion, then
exactly. Right.
In trouble, right?
And that's what she's like, listen, you need to continue to play the little rich girl and
stop coming to visit me.
Yeah, stop being like a little asshole.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, we all have our parts to play, so smarten up, play your part. And I like that, actually.
My question is, why are they being so secretive inside his shop? Like to pretend they're showing all those things. When like outside, you don't see people looking in. You don't...
I wonder if it's just like that fear, like no matter what you do, because like, the chauffeur is a plant.
Yeah.
You don't know, you're doing this thing and you have to be completely secretive. You don't know what's going on.
Right,
but they could have come in and bugged your shit. You don't even know.
That's true.
You got to like play that kind of espionage,
Maybe
secret
people-
squirrel shit no matter
but
what and
bugging
where.
wouldn't matter because they're like gesturing with their hands as if they're showing, but they're speaking about the rebellion.
Right.
So it couldn't be bugged.
Right. So maybe if people are watching,
But I look out the window and it looks like it's
there.
like no, but it looks like
Well,
it's
half
like-
the time the chauffeur is there.
no when so
up
for
there.
example when what's his name came in later in it was like in episode 11 maybe who came in at the end when his assistant was like you shouldn't be here at all. You're way off the grid right now.
The girl goes in. Belle.
It was that's right. That's right.
Belle walks in and talks to the assistant. The assistant's
and she's
you
like,
shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
But you have to gesture because again,
like who like
But here's
you
the-
couldn't
here's the
see
thing.
anybody for miles outside.
Here's the thing. There could be a building right there that we just can't see on
I
the
get
screen.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So it's like this
But I
is.
get what Bruno's saying.
But for me,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
no,
You have to
I-
imagine that there's somebody maybe watching. And,
I mean,
would make more
I guess.
sense.
I mean, not for nothing. They have binoculars that they can see like 300 meters across the street, right? So
Yeah, but you still don't know what they're talking about. I mean, you're just because you're gesturing.
because you're gesturing, it could be like, oh well, it's a shop and they're talking about buying shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you know, if you go to a store and somebody's not trying to show you, hey, look at this
Right,
bottle.
right.
If it's just two people just standing there, you're gonna go,
What are
"What's
they
going
talking
on?
about?"
What are
I
you
told you
talking
that
about?"
story when I was working for Cambridge Soundworks and we made the commercial.
Made the commercial, yeah.
And the president of the thing was just like it was a voiceover, so you couldn't hear him talking, but he's pointing at the speaker because we were supposed to be talking about the speaker. He's like, "Did you know the screen was made out of pure dog shit?" Do you have any, like that's what he was really saying, but you weren't hearing his voice because somebody was doing a voiceover thing with music.
Oh, you see
but
it,
that's
just
what
the
he's
person
saying. As
looking
he's
at it.
gesturing to the speaker. Do you know this thing's made out of pure dog shit? Can't believe it when they made it. We're like trying not to crack up because the camera's panning past us. He's supposed to be talking like real shit.
Oh,
about the speaker.
Henry, you're so clever.
No, it was Tom DeVesto.
Oh, well, Henry's a designer. Is that right?
Yeah, Henry was the designer. Yeah, he was the chief
Kloss,
engineer.
right?
Yeah, he was the chief engineer.
Yeah, so I mean that's and speaking of the binoculars, did you knew that Andor was going to be on the ship, right, when he went back?
Yeah,
Like you knew that.
I had a feeling he didn't go with them.
It didn't
and,
occur to me, but I like that he did.
So the reason why it occurred to me is because he sees him while he's hiding. He sees him.
I knew that he saw him, but I was like, what's he going to do? I was surprised that he left when he saved everybody. I was like, get the ship out of here. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't leave with them. I was like, what are you going back to do?
That surprised me. But I had an idea that he was going to end up because, he when he saw him, he knew where he parked the first time. So he was like, he's got to be there again. Yeah. So he went back because when he goes to leave, he goes over the same area.
Yeah,
right. So he parks it always in the same spot.
Yeah.
So when he walked in and he says whatever to the droid to get the plane going, the ship going, and nothing happens, I'm like, oh, he's on the fucking ship. He's on the ship. He's on the ship.
He reprogrammed that shit really fast.
I know. So
I'm surprised he didn't try to kill him.
He was stuck in his fire
as he walked in. Right. That Cassian didn't try to kill.
So I think, and that for me is what sold me, is because it literally took the whole season for me to go, okay, I'm buying in now, because
he turned.
If he went back there because he wanted to be a part of the rebellion, because the mom's dead, and he was listening to the message that she was doing, and he was like, I'm done being.
Well, because his mom was like, I'm in the rebellion. He's like, you're crazy, mom. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And then when he realized,
like this is the right thing to do, like to fight for a
everybody
reason.
in the street, don't just sit back and take it. Like,
rise up
and go do something about this.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why, like, I'm glad, and that and he says, listen, you can either kill me or take me in. And I'm like, fucking A.
It's really good.
Like, that was a great way. And for me,
I did like that.
Now, like, I can't wait for next season. But until that, like, episode, really, I'm kind of like, dude, I'm not. Like,
it was like minute 48.
I know. Like, but
literally right before.
Literally the last minute.
That's how I felt like this whole season. I'm like, I don't know if I like this guy. Like, I understand why he's in it.
They don't make him super likable.
Like, really, no. Like, I don't even. Like, I know you help. I don't know if I want to take this journey with you, like, as after episode 6. I'm like, fuck, I don't really give a fuck about you
anymore.
But
I know you're going to end up, because we've seen Rogue One.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
So
like,
eventually he's going to get to that point.
The way that they wrote this character, for me, even though I know that's where he ends up, I didn't know if I want to take this journey with him yet. Because I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I know who you are. I know how you end up. I don't want to take this journey.
I don't want to see you as a pissy prick.
Like, I don't like this. It's kind of
I want to see nice Andor. You're not nice guy.
But it's like Obi-Wan. Like, we need Obi-Wan. We need Obi-Wan. We need Obi-Wan. We saw 6 episodes. We went, fuck Obi-Wan. Who gives a shit about? And so that's kind of how I start to feel about this. I'm like, all right, you know what? I know how you.
Did we need that droid?
I thought he was cute. He was kind of like
have feelings.
Comic relief.
That bothers me when they do that about droids. They're robots. They're droids. How do they have feelings?
They got their emotion chip put in, I guess, them and Data. But
I mean, you can fake it. You can write, algorithms and make it look like they have feelings. It's not hard.
Because if you're going to make it like a companion droid, you would have to have some kind of feeling.
All right, so I need that kind, because that really bothers me.
Otherwise, it's just a fucking robot. And
the robot had the robot was probably programmed to make an attachment with his mother, right? And so that's all it was, just manifesting that. But I thought he was kind of cute. Like they knocked him over, and I was like, don't kick the dog. It's like, stop kicking the dog. He loves his master. It's not his fault.
I guess for me, it's like, and I love comedy, I love that kind of stuff, but there's certain times where it's like, I don't necessarily need it. Like when you talk about this like espionage story, I don't really necessarily need a little bit of comic relief. It's okay for me if they don't put that in there. Like, who are you pandering to when you do this? I don't think it's not a little kid show.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not Return of the Jedi with all the Ewoks running around, or Jar Jar or whatever like that. So the rest of it's pretty dark. It's pretty gritty. Who are you pandering to when you put in a little cutesy robot? You know what I mean? Like, even in the last Star Wars,
they'll probably use him in the rebellion in some fashion in the next season.
Yeah, I would imagine they're going to. But like, even
there's always some point where the robot plugs into the mainframe and changes something.
Always, there has to be. That's gonna be his job eventually.
I liked
season 2.
I liked, he was the droid that shines the thing with the, throws the hologram out.
That was a great episode, man.
It was really good.
You
didn't have to make him a cutesy little robot to do that. You know what I mean? Like, just their normal robot.
Yeah.
Like, we just have this droid, and it does what it does. But it was like a cutesy personality that I just didn't necessarily need for me. But and it served other parts, and Cassian was attached.
The personality was a little incongruent, but it was okay. It got there.
But they did that with BB-8, and then they did it again.
I feel like they do that with all the robots.
They did that with BB-8, then they did it again with the little cone-faced droid. In the last one, with a little wheel in the cone, like the same kind of deal.
They really personify all these robots, and they just add a little bit of emotion, and then they're like, "Oh, we got a sales possibility here."
I mean,
it's cutesy,
cutesy.
So,
I
don't know. We got that in Boba Fett too. I mean, in Boba Fett, there was some cutesiness.
Yeah,
to
it was the droid that he converted from the assassination droid or whatever.
Oh yeah.
He became a friend. He made him a waiter, right?
Yeah. Basically, he was a servant. He's like, wait a minute, what the fuck?
But then there was this. Remember the balls that he threw in. Like the scanner, they're like kind of like almost like we're getting scared. Like they're the ball themselves.
Oh,
like cutesy and running around the palace.
Yeah. The camera.
Yeah, the camera things. They were kind of letting him scan around the palace, see who was there.
Yeah,
they kind of got like cutesy. And they were like getting afraid and running away. Like okay.
Yeah, that's a little
weird.
much. Yeah,
that whole scene when they go into the kitchen.
Boba Fett sucked anyway.
When they go into the kitchen, there's all these like
reminded me of Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, that scene, funny droid scene where they're fighting each other.
There's Fraggle Rock.
Yeah.
All over. I was like, you suck.
You suck.
How many people out there know Fraggle Rock? Let us know in the comments.
Fraggle Rock.
They brought it back. It's back again.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
is it really?
New shows.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
no, I
I'm down to Fraggle Rock.
I
they're doing a new
love
holiday
Fraggle
special
Rock,
too.
man.
Wow.
Yeah. The Dozers and their
The Doozers, yeah.
The Doozers.
The Doozers, yeah.
They created the sugar everything that the Fraggles ate.
Yeah.
But that was
and they
their
never
job.
rebelled and said, "Stop breaking apart." our shit."
No, because that was their job. So I remember there was one episode that the Fraggles like stopped eating it, and then it was
they all starved to death.
everywhere. And like the Doozers were like, "We don't have anything to do now." Like their main function in life is just to continue working.
To build.
So they need them to break them so they can continue to build.
They're like
so when they
lemmings,
stop breaking,
lemmings.
that's literally what they are. So that's why none of them ever rebelled.
I know. It just seemed weird, right? Like as a kid.
I don't know. And me, it was like, that's their job.
I know we're tangenting here, but I love
always
Fraggle
do.
Rock.
Literally your job.
I love Fraggle
That's
Rock.
literally your
I can't stand
job,
when they go to
so-
the gourd section. I can't stand when they go to the gourd section.
And the big trashy.
Oh my god, I couldn't stand it. Freaked me out as a kid. But that's
the
well
little
documented.
the little creatures with that hung out, basically the rats that hung out the trash.
Yeah.
Those freaked me out. I was like, that's fucking weird.
That's weird.
The giant Muppets always freak, like Sweetums and all those, like they always
Like giant Muppets called Sweetums.
like this is all those freak me out. They have the big giant moving mouths. I'm like, I'm a kid. That thing's gonna eat me. Like, that's just like
You're
it
gonna
always
eat
freaked me out as a
me.
kid. Always did. Still does. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind
But
of
that's me. Anyway, okay. So back to Andor.
Back to Andor.
What would you like to see have done better? What do you want, or what do you want more from season 2?
I think the writing's pretty good. I would like to see them develop the relationship that Mon Mothma has with like her and Network a little more. I want to see more of what she's doing.
Yeah, I want to see more Network. Now that they've all kind of like bought in.
Like high level espionage Network. I like to see some of that.
Yeah.
I love Forrest Whitaker, by the way.
Yes.
His character, so I want to say, obviously, we're going to get more of him. There was a part, actually, speaking of Forrest Whitaker, where Skarsgård there, when he goes to see him, and he was like, all right, you and I'm going to go with him, and I'm going to go fight. He was like, no. So what do you mean? No? He goes, they know that they're coming. He's like, so wait, so you're just going to sacrifice him and 30 men? He goes, with Rhaegar, there's 31. And it's like,
That's right.
Yeah.
and that's when you get the realization of this shit's real. Like,
Yeah,
this
it's like
is war,
this is
man.
calculus, and you got to
This is-
figure out.
yeah. They know that they're coming. I have an inside man. And Forrest Whitaker's character says he's like, it's three things: either you're a plant, or you have somebody on the inside that's really high up that you don't want to give up, and And he goes, or it could just be part of war. And it's like, oh shit! Like this is so. There's certain parts in the series like that.
Mm-hmm.
It really sits home, and you're going, shit, this is real, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
So when you find out,
it's good
that-
writing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
it's
good
like
writing.
a fluff story.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna get a lot more of this. It's gonna be a real because we've been treated to so many of these little short 6 episode, 8 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
one arc, one season, done. Quick thing. This feels like a real show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like a
gave-
real show that would be
They
on a
gave him
network
12
or something like that.
episodes. There's a lot of runway there, and they give him long episodes too, like
Yeah.
48 or something like that
Mm-hmm.
minutes.
It feels closer
So-
to what like we talk like a Breaking Bad would be, or like
Yeah.
a series that like we
Yeah,
run.
you
It's
can
not
develop
just a Disney Plus
characters.
Star Wars series.
Yeah.
That's a short run. Like the Obi-Wan we knew was basically going to be one season and it's done. Hopefully, Boba Fett will be one season and done. Luckily, Mandalorian is not one season.
Season
and done.
3, I think, comes out in like March. We all March.
I believe end of March. I could be wrong. I thought it was.
I can't remember.
March 22.
22 is that? It's like
I think that's the
20s,
current release
2024,
date.
something like that. Yeah, is in my head.
If only we knew somebody on the inside.
Right.
If only.
If only. But I can't wait that season.
Well, they're rolling down now. They're almost done. They're
Nice.
wrapping up in a few weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's gonna be amazing. I cannot
know.
wait for that season. I'm looking forward to Ahsoka. I read today that it's kind of not off topic, but like Marvel is recalculating. Based on the reviews of Phase 4. They're recalculating Phase 5 and 6.
Phase 4 is in trouble.
Yeah, they're recalculating Phase
Sucks.
5 and 6, and they're going to start going back to
And they punctuated it with She-Hulk.
quantity. That's the thing.
They punctuated it with She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sure did.
That was the low, for sure.
So this is, I'm glad actually that you bring this up because I was thinking about this
I
the
just
other
read it
day.
today. They're going for quantity. They've been doing quantity. Now they're going back to quality over
Quality,
quantity.
it was just the way that you got to do.
I
to
saw
me,
a
it's like a
report that said
double-edged.
people are getting just overloaded with just too much material.
Yeah.
Which double-edged for me because there's like a lot of stuff coming out that I'm really looking forward to, but I feel like some of it's going to get the axe. He's like, we're not
maybe
gonna be
they'll
able to
push
run.
it.
Oh, maybe
Maybe
they just
they'll
push it out or
Push it off or something like that.
Yeah.
So this
But that
is
just makes me feel like, shit, I gotta wait like.
So this is how I
years
feel.
to see something I really want to see.
This is kind of how I feel about the Andor thing. Like when it was coming out, I was like, wow, we have Andor, we have Ahsoka, Star Wars is doing the same thing that we're getting with the Marvel. It's like so much stuff coming out, and I'm like, I'm tired of watching shit just to watch it. Like, all right, this is Star Wars. We're doing a podcast. I gotta watch it. I want to watch it because I want to watch it. Like I want to be invested in these. I watched She-Hulk. It took forever to finish watching it because again, like
It's trash.
because it really was. But trashing, like, it was trash for me, like, in a decent trash way. I was like, all right, I get it. Like, it is trash. I'll never watch it again. I get what they're doing, whatever. But it took me forever.
I liked it. I wasn't watch it again.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
I wasn't invested in it. And that's what I didn't want to have happen with Andor. Like, I didn't want to have to watch it just to watch it for the sake of the podcast. Like, I wanted to enjoy it. I want to be invested in it. Like, I want to watch it. Now comes season 2. Oh, I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going to watch that every week.
Yeah.
Just like how I did with Mandalorian. But what I was worried about is the Star Wars doing the same thing that, is Disney doing with Star Wars what they're doing with Marvel? Just keep pushing shit out. And I hope that they don't because I want to like these
Well, if they're
shows.
smart, they'll learn the lesson that Marvel had to learn the hard way. Right?
Right.
They'll look at what happened to Marvel.
It's all Disney, right.
No, but like it's subdivisions. So hopefully all
Right.
of Disney will take that lesson that Marvel gave them by saying,
'cause,
look,
what's his name
you've
is
pushed
back,
out
right?
too much content.
Is it not Bob Iger? It's the other one.
No, it's not.
Bob Iger is
Bob
now back
Iger,
in
yeah.
control of Disney. So hopefully
That's a weird story altogether,
it
though.
was weird. But hopefully he kind
the
of
other
rights that ship a
the
little bit.
first Bob.
Yes, Bob Eisner.
Right. So he just signed he signed an extension with them, like last year, like another 5-year extension, and then within the first year, he's like, all right, yeah, I'm out. What the hell? So the guy that
Must be a difference in like direction. Views.
But it was weird because the Bob
the ways that we're talking about. Could
so
be.
Yeah.
Bob B got replaced Bob A. Bob B signs the contract. A year later, he's gone. They brought back Bob A to replace Bob B. That replaced Bob A. And I was like, whoa, what the? And he was saying,
bring the old guy back.
Was Iger in charge when they started doing the first bits of like Marvel, when they finally bought Marvel?
I think
and he
so. Yeah.
started,
So
running the Marvel stuff, and then like Eisner came in.
Yeah.
Like it started getting like really off the track.
Not his name is not. It's not Eisner. It's Chapwick.
Yeah.
That's the Bob that just.
That's right. Yeah,
That's the second Bob. So Bob Iger got replaced by Bob Chapwick, whatever.
I gotta stop with the Bobs.
I know. Well, that's the funny
A
thing.
meeting with the Bobs.
Bobs,
Right,
meeting of the Bobs.
All the Bobs.
Do you
There's
guys
like
kneel and
14
Bob? Is that just what you do?
There it is.
Fort Fairlane, anybody. Fort Fairlane, anybody.
Nice.
He's been missing a lot of work there, Peter. I wouldn't say I've actually been missing it, Bob.
So I don't know what's going on. That was just kind of weird. But the Bob that got replaced said he was like, yeah, listen, you know what? He's coming in. He's not going to change anything that we already had in the pipeline. So so what the fuck is this?
Yes, he is.
Is this a Kathleen Kennedy thing? Is like
It might be an overall direction change. I mean,
I hope they get rid of her.
they need to change that up a bit.
They need to get rid of her once and for all.
Ooh, which one?
Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy.
I'm so tired of her. I'm so tired of her putting her stupid nose into this stuff and like trying to put her stink on everything. She hasn't had
instead of just
forever.
following what's already
It's pretty
laid
well
out.
known. Like she doesn't know what she's doing when it comes to helping to produce. She knows what it's like. She knows she's very good at getting the talent. and getting the people involved in the project who need to be there to make it great. But then she starts sticking her nose into how it should be done, how the movie should be, what direction the movie should take, what should be in it almost, right?
What is she? I mean, I'm not familiar with her, so what has she done?
She's one of the executive producers. So if you look at her, she's been executive producing with like Spielberg and stuff like that since like Indiana Jones and stuff like that.
Okay.
She's been attached to the project, but she was like an assistant. Well, and then she worked her way up.
Yeah.
Most people feel like she slept her way up, but whatever. That's not for me to decide. But like she's been involved with Lucas and the whole thing since almost the beginning.
Okay.
And then with Disney, when they got sold to Disney, she's been in there. She's executive produced pretty much everything.
Okay.
But like usually considered when you see something that's bullshit about it, like how they've like Boba Fett, how they kind of turned that. It's because of her influence. So the info, she sits there and she's kind of like, let's do this with it.
You should do, she kind of like sets the path for people instead of letting them just kind of do their thing. She's like, no, you need to make that happy. Right.
She's kind of like taking a step back a little bit.
She bumping heads with them a bit?
Because she kind of like understands that they know what they're doing. I think they kind of push back and be like, we got
some
this.
Space.
Yeah, you're just going to produce it, just fucking put the money there.
But she's, like I said, she's good at getting the money and she's good at getting the people there who need to be on the project. That's where her stuff should stop, but she doesn't. She gets too involved in the other aspect of what the movie should be and how it should be made and what should be in it. It's like you don't know. That's not your job, and you're not good at it. You know what I mean? You tend to spoil the stew versus adding anything to it. You know what I mean? So that's been the horrible part. Most people just want her gone. Like you got to get her off this shit. Like put her in the office, let her get the money involved in the projects, and that's where it should stop. But unfortunately, she's too powerful within the corporation.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, these things. There's driving forces from every angle, and either way, Marvel is way off the rails.
Yeah.
I mean,
hopefully, with this news, they're going to get back on the rails. Yeah. Hopefully, with them starting to go back to quality versus quantity.
I hope so.
Maybe like you said, like, they won't cancel shit; they'll just push it off.
Yeah, maybe
to a more reasonable thing.
Maybe develop it a little bit better, put some more time into, and going. Instead of trying to rush it into the can, let's.
Yeah, we need 70 things coming out in 1 year. Let's mark it down a little bit. Maybe
because I feel that it should just getting watered down.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was hoping about the Star Wars side, that it didn't happen like that. Yeah. Don't water it down, please.
Obi-Wan, but overall, I thought Andor was not. I thought it was really held true to what it should be. You know what I mean?
They did a good job of it for the most part.
For me, it's not Mandalorian. Like, it didn't give me the same excitement as Mandalorian, but it's a different type of show.
He's also a different kind of character.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? He's not like a lovable, good-hearted person, which is essentially Mando, but
Mando's like it's a swashbuckling action adventure.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Mando's always going to do the right thing.
But I'm
whereas
saying
Cassian was like, "Give me the fucking money, I'm gone," and he just left.
Yeah, he was like, look, I took my share, I'm out of here.
Yeah, Mando would have stayed, right? I like them both, but they're different.
Yeah,
they're different.
And I can like both either way. It's just Andor's more of that espionage, Tom Clancy. Kind of, you know what I mean, Jack Ryan type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas Mandalorian's not. It's a western, it's a spaghetti western in space.
Yeah, he's a little bit more likable.
Yeah, badass with a cute little.
He's a badass with a
cute little Muppet on his hip.
with a happy Muppet.
With a happy Muppet.
Who likes his macaroons.
Yes.
Feel good Muppet.
I mean, but for me though, it took the whole season for me to be 100% in. Because there was times that I'm watching an episode, I'm like, yeah. And then at the end of it, I'm like, Like I had after episode 6, right? My mid-season synopsis. I felt the way that I thought I would feel in a 12-episode season. So at the middle point, I was like, all right, this is kind of how I feel. This is how I expect I should feel. Right amount of fillers, you kind of, 4, 5, 6, 7 were kind of like filler episodes, I feel, which is, they're supposed to be, it's the middle.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to have...
you're cruising in the middle.
So it's like, all right, whatever. This is kind of stupid. All right, this fucking little punk ass, I hate him. I want to beat him up. I can't stand him. He's mean to your mom. She got you a job.
Sorry, I thought you just rolled into my Napoleon Dynamite review.
Oh, no. So it's just, did you guys see Cyclops? So, I saw Cyclops twice in this series at the train station. So, there's a character and it must be just like a fashion thing. But it looks like he has sunglasses on. But it's like it's the from the Cyclops movie, from the X-Men movies. It's Cyclops' thing.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh look, there's Cyclops. And then there's another time like when they're on the train, I go, oh look, there's Cyclops again. Same guy, same everything. I'm like, the fuck. I just thought it was kind of funny.
Look, kids, big bang, probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
I can't get left.
Can't get left. All right. So how many Imperial credits are we giving this first season?
I mean, we're going to use, Mila's scale or just a normal scale?
1 through 72.5.
15 eighths.
I liked it.
Doesn't make any sense.
I would go. I would say 4 X-wings.
4 X-wings. I like that. Larry, how about you?
I'm wicked close to it. It took all season, but I'm gonna get it.
It wrapped up okay.
I like the way it wrapped, actually.
I really liked the end credit scene. It was awesome.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it 4. The end credit scene was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, it's Death Star.
I jumped out of my seat. I was like, I knew it. But
it was a great payoff. Like,
oh my god!
Because you just spent 3 episodes or whatever it was to figure out what the hell are those things.
Yeah, what are they making?
Those fucking things are important. What are they?
The poor old guy too, man. I got very Shawshank Redemption vibes from that.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Like certain parts of this, like I got very Lord of the Flies when they do the flashbacks, which I didn't mind. By the way, I didn't mind the flashbacks.
There weren't that many.
There weren't that many. It was kind of
just enough,
and they were appropriate, right?
Right. Yeah. But I got very
you
Lord
just know
of the
how
Flies.
he came to be with the mother and things like that. You had to have a little bit of backstory.
Do you think his sister's still alive, or is she definitely dead? Be cool if like all of a sudden she was. They found her somewhere. Shows up.
You know what?
Did we see the body?
We didn't see a body.
You don't see the body.
No
His
body,
mother
no
was
card.
like, she's definitely dead. The
you know
place
what?
was.
I'm gonna say that.
You don't see a body.
I'm gonna say she's dead because you can't have that be the driving force for him for that long. Like he needs to get past
too
that.
much. Yeah.
That's too. Okay, that was his driving force. That's why he was on that planet. That's why he got into the trouble. That was the driving force.
Yeah, but how cool would it be if she came back?
I mean, sure.
You know, it would be amazing.
Do I need it though?
Right before he died, somebody was like, "By the way, your sister's alive."
Son of a bitch!
I don't think we need that, but I hope not because again, let's be
done with that.
Are we at 3 solid 4s?
You hitting with a 4?
I'm hitting with a 4.
This is awesome.
Is that the first time we've all agreed?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great podcast, everybody. We're gonna come up with some different podcast.
Wow.
Who knows what we'll be called next time? Because I think that has to be the end of Entertainment Rants.
I think we just broke them all. That's a wrap. What a great way to
That's a wrap on Entertainment Rants. I don't know where the hell we go from here.
Shit.
The end is near.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thank you, Bruno.
Gracias.
And thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
We are Entertainment Rants at entertainmentrants.com. Find us online at Entertainment Rants and find us on our social media at Entertainment Rants. Engage with us online with our email at engageentertainmentrants.com. Woo, that's a lot. That is a lot.
Ho, ho, ho.
All right, everybody. Hopefully everybody had a good, happy holidays. This is going to drop after Christmas, so hopefully everybody had a good holiday, and we will see you after the new year. We'll figure out what we're going to do next, all right? So what are we going to go out there and do, everybody?
Rant. Let's rant.
Let's talk it up.